A shortage of dumb people doing really stupid things. Welcome to another edition of Idiotology with Lynch and Taco. 1011 WJRR. Bunch of freaking idiots.
All right, this hour is brought to you by our iHeartRadio Music Festival coming up this weekend, Friday and Saturday from Vegas. If you're not going to be there, which most of us aren't going to be there, you can stream it exclusively both nights on Hulu.
Tell you what, we have a few listeners flying out there. I wish we could just sneak aboard that flight, Pat.
Yeah.
You and I, a little Vegas weekend. I'd sleep on the couch. No, I'd sleep on the couch so you could have the bed. I'm that kind of, radio partner that would take the trip and the airfare. And
on the occasions where Taco and I do have to find ourselves put up for the night in a hotel, we no longer... well, for many years at this point, share a room.
Yeah, several reasons.
Yeah, there are. We don't need to go into those. They've been well documented over the years.
Oh, yeah.
On this show.
Yeah.
Nothing nefarious.
No.
Obviously, there has been a lot of focus in the last week or so of the subject of saying what's on your mind. And, of course, you have the absolute freedom to do that in this country, and we advocate for that. But that comes along with the willingness to accept potential consequences for one's words.
We definitely learned that last week with all the people who cheered on somebody being assassinated.
It's still, the stories are still all over the place of people losing their careers over this stuff. And again, that's unfortunate, but
if you're going to say something that your employer doesn't like,
you got to take that into consideration.
Yeah. So...
in a related story, this one's kind of not so much getting as much attention, but Brian Kilmeade, who's a big name on Fox News, issued an apology yesterday for a comment he made last week prior to the whole Charlie Kirk thing. This was in reference to the Charlotte light rail murder. We're all familiar.
The horrific, the stabbing. Yeah.
He got all worked up over that. They were having a discussion on these mentally ill folks who, are out and about and in many cases will refuse help if you're,
because they don't know any better,
he suggested euthanizing them, which has caused him a little bit of a headache.
Dude,
thus
seriously.
So apologizing yesterday for his, quote, extremely callous comment.
Understand and understood that you're upset about that situation that we don't even want to go into anymore because it's so horrific.
Yeah.
But you gotta stop and think. And that's coming from a guy who says just about anything, anytime.
Yeah.
And doesn't think that much or stop.
Well, I would agree that that was definitely an extremely callous comment, Brian.
Yeah.
So
what are you thinking, dude? Actually, just not thinking.
Yeah. And that's actually a profound statement, Taco.
I know. I usually have profound statements. I'm like as deep as sometimes a puddle.
Yeah.
Other times as deep as a sinkhole. That's another profound statement. Good God.
I think a lot of us who have just been observing at this point probably have learned a thing or two about all of this.
I hope that people are taking the advice that we gave last week, and actually a lot of people did, which is maybe we can use all this stuff to kind of get along better and be more patient and understand others' views, because I've been more patient with driving. I only dropped one F-bomb in the last 2 days on the roadways.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. I have a first headline of the week contender, I believe, here.
Before you get to that, did I tell you what my plan is?
Your plan for what?
I have a labeling machine, kind of like our engineer Lover does.
Yeah, Frank the engineer puts labels on everything.
Everything.
And
he'll put a label on a label sometimes.
Yes.
Which is cool.
And don't ever ask to borrow his labeling machine.
No, but if you ever need one, I have two.
Okay.
So I'm going to put a label right next, where your spread is in your car or in your truck for you and I, where you have your miles per hour and your RPMs
on your dashboard. Yeah.
It says, be patient.
Don't worry.
No.
Be happy.
No, not
be
that.
Be patient.
No, that's not in the song. But I'm just going to be patient.
All we need is a little patience.
That's it. Guns N' Roses reference. All right, so headline of the week. Let's go.
This is a first contender.
Still waiting.
You all will ultimately decide on Friday.
Wait, let me start over. It just delayed too much. I could just delete that one. Okay. Go.
Zulu King challenges professor to stick fight in South Africa.
Oh. You know, it's so crazy when you said Zulu King. I thought you were talking about like the TV app.
The South Africa's large Zulu community, the king of them, has challenged a college professor and cultural expert to a stick fight, saying he has been insulted along with the entire Zulu nation.
I would not take up a stick fight with the Zulu. The Zulu warrior. I mean, we know that name. There's no way in hell, Pat.
What exactly is a stick fight? I mean, what kind of stick are we talking about here? I'm aware of Zulus in South Africa and
a
what
stick fight. Think of like a broomstick. Okay,
can you sharpen the stick?
You and I were born and raised in Florida.
Yeah.
Yet, no, I don't know. The Zulus are pretty wild, but you and I were born in Florida. But the trips that I took to New York to visit my relatives, we played something called stick ball.
Oh, I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That was like a very fat broomstick. You're probably fighting with something like that. And
could you use an axe handle as your stick?
You can use any stick you want.
Or do you got to go pick yourself a switch?
No, you need to look up Zulu stick fight. Do you want me to do that for you?
Not right now, no.
Okay.
No, maybe as a side project you could do that and then get back to me.
Okay, cool. I was just checking because I'm responding to the text line and doing multiple things right now. I'd be all about Google and stick fight.
Another example, I'm not quite sure what this professor said to incite and antagonize the king of South Africa's large Zulu community, but words potentially have consequences.
Yeah. Before you know it, you're in a Zulu stick fight.
Yes! This!
Oh. Somebody said that's Hulu, Bob. No S. I was joking.
All right.
Yeah.
What do an animal shelter, FBI, and meth have in common?
Hold on. I'm writing down Zulu stick fight on the headline of the week. One more time.
An animal shelter, the FBI, and meth have in common.
I already asked you if it was the raccoon that had the habit.
No.
You said no, so which one?
Normally, you wouldn't associate any of these things. However, I guess an animal shelter in Montana has been allowing the FBI to use their incinerator to dispose of drugs.
Cool.
And something went wrong, and the animal shelter and all the animals had to be evacuated when negative pressure created smoke that went the wrong way, and rather than being vented, it was pulled back into the facility while they were burning pounds and pounds of meth.
Yeah, so all the animals in there were meth high.
And the folks, 16 people working there.
Well, forget about the people. I'm thinking about it's all about the animals, Pat. Those animals, don't adopt them. You get a dog from a shelter.
Pitbull on meth.
You've done it, and I've done. Oh yeah, pitbull on PCP is worse.
Oh God.
You and I have.
It has the strength of 20 pit bulls.
You and I, as have many adopted animals, but if you adopt one that has a meth habit, that's yeah. Then you got to get treatment for the sores. Then you have
teeth are all falling out.
Yeah, teeth. Take them to the doggy dentist.
Doggy dentures.
Oh yeah, that'd be expensive.
I'm thinking.
Somebody said stick fighting. Think bamboo with flared ends. I'm not entering that ring.
Oh, so I think the FBI should. And I get that this is Montana and it may not be as densely populated and maybe you might not have as many facilities or needs, but they should be able to have their own incinerator, don't you think? They don't need to go over to the animal shelter and use.
The FBI is busy with stuff right now.
Well, yeah.
A lot.
That's true.
Lynch and Taco. Download the iHeartRadio app and listen anytime, anywhere.
This is JRR.
Looking for a